In this video, I'm going to talk about how there's so much more than who you think you are. Hi, my name's Jody Dean. Here in Bali, living a very blessed life and feeling very appreciative and grateful for this experience. And I help spiritual seekers, I help emerging love leaders and light leaders really embody their soul purpose, navigate the spiritual awakening gauntlet, and express self authentically, be visible in full spectrum. So no longer hiding. And the theme of this is really about how there's so much more in you than you could possibly think and believe. And I know this because I've just been peeling away layers and layers and layers and layers all my life. And it's been a 30+ year journey of awakening, self-empowerment, growth, personal development. And I've experienced this again and again and again and again. Like, oh my God, there's so many, just move away one layer and then, oh my God, there's another one and there's so many more layers. It's like reaching what you think is the top of a mountain and then you realize, oh my God, there's another huge section. I'm not even close to the peak. I don't know if you've ever trekked up a mountain or a big hill, but that tends to be the case, that you get to what you think is the summit and it's like, oh no, there's so much more here. And then of course, when you finally do get there, you have this massive panoramic view of everything. And then you realize, oh, actually, this is just a small hill. This little mountain is tiny compared to those ones and this big landmass that I'm on. And wow, I can see so much clearer now. And wow, this isn't it. And I think that's a good metaphor for life and for self-discovery. And if you come away from this video with one thing, I want that thing to be that you are infinitely more than what you think you're capable of and who you think you are. And I know they're quite distinct points, because on the one hand, it's like your ability to do, your power, your gifts, your passions, your purpose, and that side of things. And then on the other side, over here, we have who you actually are, which is beyond all of that, which is white hot love, which is the truth itself, that which cannot be named. And so it's also tricky to even talk about it, the nameless one, who we really are. And that's, again, based on my own direct experience and my own knowing. It's not from out there, it's from in here, especially here. So I just want you to know that. I really want you to know that you are so much more powerful and capable than you think you are, and so much more infinite than you can possibly imagine, because imagination is a limitation of the mind and you're so much more than that. So I want you to understand that through the words I choose in this. And there could be so much more that we could talk about here all day, in fact, and that can be a fun thing to do. And perhaps we'll do that in a retreat or a workshop, or one of my programs, if that aligns and resonates for us both. So I meditate frequently. I meditate every day. I have a practice of praying as well, kind of universal prayers of alignment and peace and healing and activation and abundance, and a yoga practice as well. And I try to dance every day or move every day if I can, and write, a writing practice. I find all these things so powerful and empowering and helpful. And if you aren't doing those things, I invite you to have a go and have a look, check them out, try them out, because they can be so powerful, each in their own right. And there are, of course, many more practices you can do. And of course, you don't have to do any of it. But the thing is, when we don't engage with practices, then it tends to be that we stay in a certain place because we're governed essentially by the past, by subconscious patterns, by ancestral programming, and that which has come before, and they show up as habits and beliefs and ways of being. And so it's all well and good, obviously, if you're living joyful fulfillment in every moment and feeling abundant and powerful and magical and in full cognizance of who you are. But if you're not, and if you're suffering, ultimately it's down to that. Am I suffering? Are you suffering? Are you in misery? Are you in overload, overwhelm? Are you in depression? Are you hurting inside? Has that just become the norm for you? Is that just like this kind of screen over reality that you've just kind of come to accept because it feels like there's no other way, or you don't know another way? And that's understandable. I was there. I've been there so many times. And what I have to say and share with you right now is that you're worth it. You're worth to have the experience of living joyfully, living in a fulfilled way, living in an empowered reality where you matter, where joy is your natural frequency, where love is what you experience, where peace is what you have. And I know some of this might seem fantastical, pretty words, right? Oh, he's selling me his ideas, or he's selling me his services, or he's selling me his worldview. I just speak from my own experience. I really want to make that clear. I really do only speak from my own experience and what I've lived. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are like following teachings or books or courses or whatever, and they're kind of like in that kind of parroting mode. And that's all well and good. I mean, they're doing their thing, and yeah, we can believe what we want about that. But what we're doing here and what I'm about is that direct knowing and direct experience and checking things out. So if we are in suffering, if we are in self-doubt, if we are in confusion, if we are in overwhelm, if we are in a lack of clarity, if we are in a kind of low-level depressive state most of the time, if we are in anxiety, sometimes might be chronic, in stages of our life, overwhelm, I said that already, nervous system dysregulation, etc., then there are choices. You have choices, and I just want you to know that you can experience bliss, truth, peace on a daily basis. That can be your overriding experience. That can be your natural frequency. It is possible. You are possible. And actually, probably why you've come to this video, why you've come to this space, is because you know that deep inside yourself, that is the truth. And it's just about cutting through the BS, cutting through the programming, the trauma, the beliefs, the conditioning, to right to source and coming back to self, to the truth. And part of this is found through meditation. This is found through practices. This is found through direct investigation of reality in the now. And this is what I do also with my clients, very much so. And to really get real, get really, really real. And we honor emotions if emotions come up, of course, and we allow them to pass through us, because life is life, and it's this path of acceptance, which is the path of love and the path of healing and the path ultimately of service. And we step up as leaders and visionaries. And then, yes, there's also our passion and our drive and our purpose and our motivation and the play of creation in the world, doing stuff, playing, making things. I'm obsessed right now. I'm fascinated with co-creation. What happens when two or more come together with alignment and begin to create from a shared sense of a vision or a purpose or a meaning. I'm really excited about that. That really excites me. And yes, the purpose piece, the activation piece, the empowerment piece is so key, because, right, it's all right. If you're just going to be a monk in a monastery or a nun in a nunnery, fair enough, be in your room, chant your prayers, do your mantras and meditation. And if that's, what floats your boat. But for most of us, it is actually the living life in the world, in the marketplace. It is about bringing the light to the others. It's about showing up. It's about visibility. It's about service. And so this is also a major piece of it. And anyway, having said all of that, there are these magical, highly effective practices that we can engage in and do. And it's just about, learning how to do them and then committing to doing them. And yeah, at the risk of appearing like a broken record, I write books. It's one of the things I do. And it's been the most magical dimension shift and perception shift for me to write books and then have others read them and have them kind of come back to me and go, oh my God, this has changed my reality. This is amazing. And so I'm all about enabling that, and also working with our own kind of source code, soul code download, and channeling that through a book with the context of our own life purposes, initiations, and experiences, and that combination together to kind of codify the wisdom and help others as we help ourselves through our own mastery journey. So yeah, Writing from Spirit is a program, and it starts today that I'm running. Still space to get in, a small group. And yeah, let me know if you're interested in the comments, or there might be a link in the comments as well if you're kind of like, oh, that sounds good. I'd like to write my book. I'd like to download my soul code and get it out there, right? Like, there's so much I want to share with the world. If that's a fit, great. And if it isn't, that's also great as well. No worries. We're all here, on different paths. So anyway, the last thing I just want to say is just the reminder that you've got it all inside you. Just sometimes we need a helping hand to believe, to trust, and to commit, right? To have accountability. And so this is that piece, right? When we create vehicles for that, whether they're courses, programs, workshops, books, etc. It's just like, hey, here's something to help you along the way, right? And I'm very into creating a kind of a heart-based community around all of this. So if any of that excites you, great. Put your hand up, raise your hand, say, hey, I'm interested. I want to find out more about that. And any of my other programs, and also the retreat in Glastonbury happening in September, which is called the Avalon Frequency.
Illuminate the love leader within. So yeah, let me know if you'd like more info on that. And yes, if you have any insights or questions or anything else you'd like to share, then please do so in the comments and I will respond there. All right, see you on the other side.